Hey guys, how's it going? So what we're gonna do today is we have our 6 mile, long run or longest run of the week today. And I'm gonna give you updates and just how I felt overall on the whole week so far. Today's Sunday, so we're doing a Monday to Sunday training block essentially. So I'll just recap, how everything felt throughout the week, and we'll go into week 3 of the New York City half marathon training block. It's a little bit chilly today. Got some gloves on, but otherwise I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, so we'll see if that lasts. But I'm also putting on the Brooks Aurora BL again. I don't know if any of you remember that shoe or are familiar with that shoe. It's really neutral. It's got that decoupled heel, so I couldn't run in it on a daily basis when I was trying to get 50 miles into it. But it's a good workout for the foot, I guess. So I'm gonna try it out again today for the run. But anyway, let's get going. Let's hit the roads and I'll give you the updates along the way. So we're headed south today along the Hudson Rail Trail from Hopewell Junction. We're going south the same way we did for our 10-mile run a couple weeks back for a couple reasons. One, there's no crosswalks, which is nice, so you can just keep running no matter what. And also, there's a gun range back that way, so if I'm gonna be talking, you might even still hear it now because we're not that far, but you can hear the guns going off and makes it difficult to talk over if the camera's picking up the actual gunfire. So a couple of quick things before we dive into the recap. The 6 miles are generally an easy run. There's really no need to push it today. We had 3 miles at what will be our race pace yesterday, so it's just a long run, long and easy. I'll probably personally choose to try and increase the pace a little bit in the second half, just to get used to finishing stronger than I start. I just like to try and negative split everything. Just makes me feel more comfortable and confident that I can do that during a race. So overall, how did this week go? How did I feel about it? We started off the week a little bit out of order. We started Monday with the run that would have normally been on Tuesday, just getting our easy 3 miles in. Then Tuesday was essentially a cross training day, and Wednesday was our first tempo run. So we started off easy, did a 30-minute workout where it progressed to around 5K pace, between 5K and 10K if I was racing. And then about 20 minutes in, we peaked with speed and then cruised back in to more of an easy run to finish out the 30-minute workout. We hit around 7:45, I think, per mile, close to 7:30 for our peak pace there, which again, for me, would be about almost a 5K pace if I was to race tomorrow or something like that. So overall, satisfied with that run, and it felt comfortable. I should probably wait to get up this hill, because it's harder to talk through breathing on an incline. So just a sec. All my running hats are in the laundry. It's been raining all week. I had to use them to keep the rain out of my eyes. Luckily it stopped this morning, but I was worried because if it rained today, it would just go in my face. On Thursday, we had our easy recovery run, and that went really well. You know, I settled in around the 9:30s, between 9:30, 9:45, and my heart rate stayed low. So I was happy with the way my body's responding to work and that I'm able to still recover at a little faster pace. Again, just from putting the mileage back in during my runs. So that's a good sign. On Friday, we had a rest day. Saturday was yesterday, so we just talked about that 3-mile race pace run. Went a little bit fast, but what can you do? We go and tweak it and dial it in the next time. As far as my ankle goes, you know, we were worried about a stress fracture coming out of the New York City Marathon. I haven't felt anything at all in that ankle, so that's lucky. I think the low volume training block we're doing is helping at least stay healthy. So we'll definitely build back up slowly. And again, you know, the ultimate goal is to see how I can perform doing these lower mileage weeks, but still being consistent and getting the mileage in, and we'll peak around 30 miles or so before the race. The knee is still, you know, an issue. It feels better actually when I go fast. I think when I'm going slow, there's more, I guess, force going straight into the ground, and that's where I feel a little twinge sometimes as far as pain or discomfort, but nothing great. I'd say like a 2 out of 10, but just noticeable. When I go fast, like on a tempo day, or even just a nice steady run, I really don't feel anything in the stride when I'm pushing off more horizontally from the ground. Now finally, as far as mileage this week, we should peak, or not peak, but we should cap it off at 18.5 miles, pretty much on the dot after today's run, if all goes as planned, which I think it will. So we'll review today's paces and everything at the end as usual, but I anticipate 18.5 miles for this week. Let's finish up this run, get our 6 miles in, and yeah, then we'll go over how it went to cap off the week. Alright, so we're all done with that run. It came out to an average pace of 9:33 per mile over the 6.01 miles that we ran today. 57 minutes, 30 seconds of running. The average heart rate was around 141 beats per minute, so it was, again, you know, pretty easy, pretty low for how quickly we were moving, you know, relative to just a couple months ago. Had to move underneath the covered patio because of the rain. So per mile for today, we're looking at 9:58, 9:47, 9:39, 9:31, 9:17, and 9:07. So I definitely was picking up the pace as the run went along, but again, you know, my heart rate stayed really low. I wasn't working too hard or anything like that. All right, I'm sorry, I had to move again. There's like, you know, running groups or something that sometimes gather underneath that covered awning. So all of a sudden there was people there chatting and playing music and stuff, and I guess ready to go for a run. So good for them, you know, no harm. I just needed to move because I couldn't talk, and you know, you would have heard all the chatting and everything over my voice. So nonetheless, like I said, I ended up moving nice and quickly through that run, but it still was pretty easy. Again, I'll use the word, I felt like I was just flowing through my stride. So overall running is just, you know, becoming more smooth and, you know, effortless at quicker and quicker paces. So that's a very good sign, obviously, as we try and progress and get ready for the New York City half and just become a better and faster runner again. And just so you get a good look, this is the really, you know, neutral decoupled heel that is completely separated. So that's why I just had trouble using it, you know, for many days in a row when I was trying to do an initial review or full review, just because it's so loose through that midsole that it really gets your foot working, and it's something that I'll rotate in but not necessarily use all the time. So with all that said, that's everything. That's week 2 in the books for the New York City half marathon training block. I think things are progressing pretty well. I'm happy with how everything went this week overall. And I've got to say, you know, just along with what I said before, that honestly this run today caps off a very nice week. And I'm, you know, just more impressed with how everything went after today, especially after doing a harder run yesterday. So with that, if you want to continue following along, definitely, you know, subscribe down below. If you don't like it later, you could always unsubscribe, but lots more running stuff coming your way. Definitely leave a like on the video to let me know you got all the way through, and I hope to see you in the next video. Anybody else a fan of iced coffee even in the winter? Thank you, have a good one.